Alright, I'm going to show you guys a card trick. I'm going to teach you how to do it too. Also, what you can do is you're going to use that cards. I would suggest doing this as like a one trick. What that means is like you would do this trick like maybe once every so often. It's a good trick to have set up. You do need some setup for this, so. Anyway, brought your deck of cards actually. Just opened them a couple minutes ago. You'll see why. You don't need jokers. I'll take those out. Put those in there. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to take the deck in your hand. And you're going to ask the spectator to cut off a small packet. So we're going to do that. Okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to tell them, now I'm going to, just by looking at that packet of cards right there, I'm going to guess exactly how many cards you've got. In fact, I'm going to count off the exact number of cards. Yeah, right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're each going to flip a card down. Okay? Flip a card over in each of our pockets. Okay? So I'm going to put mine here. You're going to put yours there. Okay? And we should run out at exactly the same time. Now when I show you how to do this, you'll figure out why you should only do it like maybe once or twice. And you got cards and I still got, but wait. You're out of cards. So that's how you do it, or that's how it looks. What you do first thing is take a card. I suggest doing a low card like an ace or something because you're going to write on there. Now if you write on the king, you know, there's too much. You can write it on a 3, go sideways or something. 5, work around the diamonds. But 4s and aces, 2. Twos, they got the most empty space of the cards. I use Sharpies. I like the retractable kind. I might keep a couple of these in my kit. It's, because they work great because you can, like if you want a spectator to sign a card, you can reach down, pull it out, and hand it to them. They could write it and put it. For this one I did use the fine tip. It works a lot better when you're writing actually words like that. If you're just going to do a name or something like that, the regular size ones work fine. Don't use the big ones though. So what you do is you take your card. Now this is a full deck. I got a bunch of extra cards that I use to make gaff cards out of. So I just use one of those. Anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to put it the 21st card. Okay, so count off 20 cards. 5, 10. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure. Okay, and put that card there. You want it face down. I'm going to leave it face up for the explanation. And then you put those 20 cards on top, making it the 21st card. So what you do is you always have them pick up a small amount. Because if you pick up like that much, it don't work. So I'm just going to pick up like a very few. Okay. So once they do that, all you do is you look at it and you pull off cards. Now what you're doing is you're actually counting 20 cards. Okay? Now I suggest you do it like 5. Or count like 6 or something like that. Then count up to 10. Break. Kind of look at the deck. Then go back to doing it. You know, it kind of looks like you're measuring. Something else you could do is you can go like 24. Then put 4 back. Okay? Just make sure that you have 20 cards in your hand when you're done. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, I'm going to show you where that card lies. Okay, right there. 7. 7 cards. It's the 7th card down. Now watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, how it works is it's simple math. When they take off, let's say 7 cards. Okay? When you count to 20, you're putting that card exactly where it was. Kind of. Okay? I'm not sure of the math, I'm not going to do it. But anyway. But because they remove those cards, so you're removing all the rest, which is those, and then whatever they took off, making 20. Okay, it's kind of like if I'm buying something for 50 cents, and I give you $1, you count that 50 that you spent here. I count out 50 from my drawer and give you back the $1, kind of, sort of. So that's how this works. So then you go through, and you always make sure that you hold that card. You're like, oh, you're done? I still have more, but that's your last card right there. Something else you can do is, I've already set it up for this. Use an odd colored card. So you have a red deck, but you have a black card. Now the way I would work that is I would do it face up in that scenario. So let me show you that real quick. I'm gonna grab this blue deck here. Okay, so you just do it face up. I was going to do 4. Okay, so I'm going to count 4 cards down. Wait. I did that wrong. I counted 21. Alright. So you would count, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's your last card. When you say, what's kind of interesting about this is just put that card right there. If you look at all the rest of the cards, you look at all the rest of the cards of the deck, you look at all the cards that you have, that 4th card down is the only blue one. So that would add a little bit of difference to it. Or you can go ahead and use it face up with the odd colored card, Like I'm just going to do it like this for. So you're counting your cards out, 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Why is this one different? Oh, because you're out of cards. So, there's 2 ways to do it for you. Dog could be getting into something. So there you go. Have fun with it. Practice all you can until you get it right, because if you screw it up, you look like an idiot. Now what I was saying is a one-timer is you kind of keep that deck in your pocket, and if anybody says, oh, can you do a card trick, okay, alright, then just pull the deck out, because then it doesn't look so funny that you're not shuffling it or nothing. You're just like, alright, I don't need them. Okay, just pick off a pile and do something like that, You always want, whenever you're doing an improv trick like that, you always kind of want to sound completely and totally unprepared. Okay, so go ahead and use, let's see here, well, I do have a deck of cards. Let's see what we can do. Okay? Because it makes it sound, excuse me, it makes it sound so much more unprepared. It really truly sounds like you just happen to have a deck of cards in your pocket. And I know I do. In my bag, I keep a deck of cards. A lot of times I have a deck of cards in my coat pocket. I have a deck of cards in the car. Just because you never know when somebody's going to want to see something. So you have to be prepared. Most times it's just a standard deck. I don't have any gaff cards or anything like that. But always have a few tricks that you could do with the cold deck, just in case. You know, like I'm gonna do a trick right now for you. Cold deck. Okay. There's no gaff cards or anything in here. And again, I just opened this deck a couple minutes ago. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shuffle. And let me see what trick I can do. So I don't want to do one where I have to find a card that you pick, because I kind of okay, here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these cards and I'm just going to select a card out. Okay, I'm going to pick that one right there. And I'm going to show it to you. It's the 5 of hearts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that card back in the deck like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do like this. There it is right there. Okay? You do something like that. In fact, I'll show you how I did that. If you didn't figure it out. Because it wasn't the best one. But anyway. What you do is you just have them pick a card out. And while they're looking at it, you just palm off that top card. And the way I do it the best, the way I like to do it, is you just palm off the card and you just stick it at the bottom. Okay? One way you can do this is simply just put your hands together like so, then flip it. Okay? Let me do that again for you. So you just palm off the bottom card and then just put your hands together. Play with the deck a little bit while it's concealed in your hands. And most people don't notice that you just flipped it over. So then you have to slip it back in. And what you're going to do is you're going to say, alright, think of your card. Now while you're doing that, you're just doing the complete opposite movement. Okay, just think of your card. Okay? Do your spread, push it out, and there you go. It works a lot better when you're with people because this camera doesn't move. So misdirection does not work on a camera. At least not in this setup. So, before you do that, practice your palming. I don't really use palming too much except for stuff like that. Alright. Now let's throw that on the floor, I guess. Alright.